We now turn to another pioneering vision for the future of commercial space stations. Please join me in welcoming Tom Shelly, Vice President at VEST.
Not kidding, it's a little maze back here, but thank you very much for having me. This is it's fantastic to be here, and thank you to the organizers, to Melody, to Eitan for inviting me to come and join and represent VAST. It's a great honor on behalf of the whole VAST team to be here today. Before I start and get into a little bit more detail about VAST and what we're working on, I want to show a short video about the overall VAST spaceflight experience. So if you wouldn't mind, please, starting the video. So VAST was founded in 2021 by Jed McCaleb with the goal of advancing and enabling the long-term human exploration of space through the use of artificial gravity space stations. But before we can develop those artificial gravity space stations, we first need to learn how to build a space station. And the first market opportunity that we've identified, and one that I'm sure you'll hear a lot more about as part of this segment, is the replacement for the International Space Station. And the second market opportunity is building on the groundwork of the work that has been done on the ISS to date, and a lot of what Mike touched on in his presentation, meeting the growing needs of researchers and commercial companies for reliable access to science facilities in space. And we're also offering flight opportunities to both government agency astronauts, to private individuals, and to commercial researchers. And we also see a long-term opportunity in other markets, because once we have the foundational technology of being able to keep humans alive in space, we can take that technology and apply it into different situations. So this is Haven 1. It is our 0 to 1. It's a minimum viable product built on the principle that we are the latecomer to the market. I think Mike referenced that Axiom got their first contract in 2020 to attach a module to ISS. VAST was founded in 2021, so we came in very late to the game, but our intention is to leapfrog over our competitors. And by proving that we can build and launch and operate a space station and a crew before our competitors can. And it also builds on our iterative philosophy that you don't have to solve all of the problems in one go, and that through multiple launches, we can improve and iterate to achieve optimal performance. So this is an illustration of the stepping stone approach. Late last year, we launched the Haven Demo satellite, which you can see on the left-hand side here. It's an in-orbit test bed for a lot of the technologies that will fly next on Haven 1. Haven 1 will be in orbit for 3 years, and we're already starting to build some of the components that will go into Haven 2, which is our proposal to NASA for the replacement of the ISS. This is a more detailed look at some of the technologies that we're proving out through taking this step and iterative approach. You can see that Haven Demo helped us to demonstrate things like our avionics, our flight software, power systems, and propulsion in exactly the same form, maybe a different scale, but exactly the same form that will go into Haven 1. That mission is coming to an end in the next few weeks, but it has already informed us a huge amount, not only about how to build the spacecraft and put things together for our teams and our engineers, but also how to operate the spacecraft through our mission control facility at our headquarters in Long Beach. For Haven 1, we've completed the manufacture and test of the primary structure, which is the large pressure vessel that makes up the main structure of the space station. And we're now started the integration to install the other core components, like the CMGs. We're developing the crew training protocols, the food and the waste management. This is a shot taken just a couple weeks ago in our headquarters of our two structures side by side. This is the qualification article on the left-hand side as you're looking at it, and then the flight hardware on the right-hand side. And this has since been moved into a clean room at headquarters, and integration is starting. And there's a few more slides here of some of the hardware that we've been developing in-house. I could go on for literally 40, 50, 60 slides of all the hardware that we have, but just as some illustrations, this was our fit check for the docking system that was provided by SpaceX, the domed window that will go on to Haven, the hatch that we've developed in-house, the CMGs, multiple of which will be incorporated into to Haven 1. And this is a good illustration. When we started out the process of designing Haven 1, we went out to the commercial market. There are some companies that make small versions of these CMGs, and it would have taken 4 or 5 years for them to develop one to our specifications. We did it in-house in about 6 months, and we've had the initial version 1 of this spinning for about 2 years non-stop. We're now on to about, I think, iteration 3 of the CMGs. We're also building all of the valve systems in-house, our own battery systems. I say the list goes on. We're also developing the life support systems as well. So this is a cutout of Haven 1, and I wanted to draw your attention to the right-hand side, to the laboratory wall of Haven 1. Because at the end of the day, as Mike touched on, we go to space in an effort to not only explore, but to also improve life on Earth and life in space. So our lab capability is a very important element of the space station. We'll have up to 10 payload lockers integrated into Haven at launch, and we're already working with a number of the partners. You can see them listed on the slide here to furnish that lab equipment for us. Overall, our aim is to become the best crewed space systems company, delivering both safe and reliable habitats for humans very quickly and at low cost. And our hope is that this approach, combined with relationships with our lab partners, their researchers, our astronauts, and their sponsoring agencies, it will put us in a very strong position to win the CLD from NASA, and then ultimately to start launching modules for Haven 2. So thank you very much for your attention. I look forward to your questions later on.